Alright, YouTube, it's me, King Nazru. I'm here to do my review of the second chapter of the Rosario Vampire manga. I'd like to take a little bit of time to apologize for not getting this up Monday, because my internet went down. That happens. So, where we begin? Yes. We start off with Skune coming to terms with the fact that he is in a school that is enrolled solely by monsters, and he's the only human there. And the only reason he's staying there is because Mocha was in need of a friend, which she has never had in her entire life, especially a human one. Mocha, in turn, wishes to make Skune as comfortable here as possible, and says that if he needs anything, she'll do it for him. This leads Skune to believe that she wants to kiss him, but Mocha actually just wants to suck his blood at that point. And she says that due to the sweet aroma and sweet taste of his blood, she's actually becoming addicted to it. After recovering from the pain, Skune tells Mocha that that he is not not her food, and decides to run off. Well, he stops by a lake to contemplate whether or not Mocha actually sees him as a friend or just as a food. And if he finds out that Mocha actually just sees him as food, he won't have anybody to help him, and he's completely screwed. And suddenly, he hears a thump and hears a woman crying for help, and it turns out to be a beautiful blue-haired woman who says that she fell because her body is kind of ill, and it's mainly because her frail body and her enormous breasts that look to be of G-cup size. Skune is suddenly caressed by the girl, so she could prove her point to Skune. Naturally, Skune is aroused by this, but he tries to resist. Then the girl reveals that her name is Kurumu Kurino and wishes to be Skune's friend. Or rather, that's what she says, because the instant after, she uses her, she asks him to look into her eyes, and places a charm on her, which is basically puts him in a hypnotic trance. Yeah. And this causes Skune to uncontrollably hug Kurumu, and who else would be there to witness it but Mocha, who intended to apologize to Skune, but now walks off to contemplate whether or not Skune is food to her, and what is Kurumu to him. Uh, then she suddenly hears a voice telling her to stop being herself on about this, and that someone's actually watching her. And it turns out the person watching her is Kurumu Kurino, who is curious whether or not Mocha is a vampire, as many of the students are saying. She tells her that she's declared war on her because she is, in fact, a succubus. Which, for those of you who don't know, it's a demon that seduces men, and in exchange they take away their lifespan whenever they have sex. But in this universe, that's not how their power. They don't take away lifespans. According to Kurumu, her plan is to use her charms to seduce all the male students in the school to becoming her love slaves. But apparently she can't fill out this plan because she, because according to all the students, she is second in popularity to Mocha Akashia, and therefore she has to. Kurumu has decided she's going to get back at Mocha by taking away the person she likes most, Skune. So Skune comes by to apologize to Mocha, but Kurumu takes this time to hypnotize him, hypnotize him and while Mocha tries to explain that Skune is in danger, he is being while being hypnotized says that uh, he's no better off with Mocha because all she does is suck his blood. And this leads Mocha to go cry off somewhere, and Kurumu to celebrate, in which he tries to seal her victory by kissing Skune, and thus making him his slave for making him her slave forever. And while outside, while Mocha is crying over this, we learn that the eerie voice was coming from inner Mocha from the rosary around her neck. She informs Mocha what I just said, that the succubus tries to seduce men, and if they kiss her, if they kiss her, they'll become her slaves, and that she should hurry up and rescue Skune before that happens. Uh, Kurumu is slowly trying to make her advances towards Skune, but uh, Skune, remembering how badly Mocha felt, says that he can't go through with it, which Kurumu is not only surprised by the fact that he broke her spell, but by the fact that she went through all this. Some of the things that she did was practically embarrassing to her, was all for nothing because he still cares about Mocha. And she reveals her true form, which is basically just her with wings, a demon tail, long ears, and long talons. And she says she's going to destroy everything that Mocha cares about. But fortunately, Mocha is able to push Kurumu away and tell Skune that who Kurumu truly is. Kurumu surprised, now assured that Mocha is a vampire, wants to fight her outside. Uh, Mocha asks Skune to remove the rosary so she can turn into her true form, inner Mocha, but Skune seems to be having trouble with this. While while this is happening, Kurumu takes a swipe at them, which they nearly avoid, and we see that Kurumu is so powerful and deadly that she can cut through trees like they were butter. And she feels that she sees that Skune is practically nothing but a burden to Mocha since she can't, and that the sole purpose for their relationship is just because he's a food supply for her. But Mocha refutes this by saying that Skune is actually a good friend to him, and that the blood is nothing of a basis in the relationship. Uh, this thinks, this makes Skune think that he doesn't want to be a burden to Mocha, and he removes the rosary from her, and thus Mocha becomes inner Mocha. And when naturally, like Saizao, Kurumu senses how powerful Mocha truly is, and while at first intimidated, she still tries to fight Mocha because she states that she that her purpose of her plan is to find her destined one, which is the one male that out of her whole pack of slaves is the one that she is going to marry and have future succubi, so that their race won't go extinct. Mocha, Mocha thinks, Inner Mocha thinks that this is a really petty and arrogant plan, and easily handles her by simply slamming her to the ground. and continue to berate her by saying that despite her devilish appearance, she's nothing but a frail, timid girl. Sorry. She then proceeds to come with the idea that uh, I probably should make sure that you don't ever try to do this again. So I'm going to rip off your wings and tail so you won't be able to fly. But Skune comes in front of Intermoka and says that I don't think Kurumu is as bad as she tries to off to be. She, when she pointed out her intentions was simply to continue her species, she's may not be as bad as not be so bad, and perhaps they could even be friends, just like him and Mocha are. When he said that, he was referring to the inner Mocha. But the inner Mocha refused that they aren't exactly friends. They Inner Mocha only cares about Skune for his blood, and she doesn't want anyone to take that away from her. And she goes back to changing to outer Mocha. And the next day, Mocha tells Skune that she believes that since Inner Mocha could communicate with her, she feels that the rosary is starting to weaken in its power. And she wonders that if the rosary does lose its power, will she still be liked by Skune? And Skune reaffirms her that even if she even if the rosary loses power and she's stuck as being her true self, he'll still be her friend. And we see that that Kurumu has suddenly popped up to offer Skune cookies and to thank her for saving her life. And because he saved her life, she has named him the Destined One, and is now competing with Mocha for Skune's affection. So all in all, this is a pretty good start for a harem. We This is a really good chapter because it focuses on whether or not Skune and Mocha's relationship is based solely on the on needs and wants, or do they generally have feelings for each other. We also get to see what Skune is to inner Mocha, which is apparently she views him as food, whereas the outer Mocha wants him to be her friend. And we also see the characters redeem another one. See them redeem uh, an antagonist that they fought, and they're going to be a key essential part of the story. So next week, head into chapter 3.